Now 7 o'clock meeting comes to order. Everybody refrain from their cell phone. The meeting adjourned. Pledge allegiance by Will Stoops and referred by George Directly. Everyone stand.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stand, please.
Father, again, we thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight, Lord. I want to pray for everyone here, pray for the town, and pray for our nation. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you, gentlemen. Roll call, everyone's here. So. Approve the minutes from June the 3rd, 2024 public hearing. Moved by Mike.
Second.
Second by Jody. All for? Opposed, motion carried. Approve the minutes from June the 3rd, 2024 public meeting. Moved by Mike. Second by Kip. All for? Opposed, motion carried. Building permit for council to authorize any variable relocating our property line requesting to the planning and zoning commission. Costello. Need a motion? Moved by Lacy. Second by Kip. Any questions? Got to move, hold on, Jody. Aye. Kip. Aye. Willis. Aye. Lacy. Mike. Aye. Occupational license, we don't have any. Project status report. John?
The North Sewer Treatment Plant upgrades, he is winding down, he's still got some work to do, I expect him to take probably another couple of weeks. He's got just about all the painting and blasting done, but he's got to put some handrails and grading down, finish the electrical work, that kind of stuff. So the next meeting, I think we'll have the substantial completion in front of you. Sewer phase 7, the notice of proceed was issued for a couple of weeks ago. He has not gotten there yet. He still has to get his manholes made. That'll probably take another 2 weeks or so. So probably after the 4th of July is when you'll see him out on the site. The seawall project, we're still working with, working now with Delta Regional Authority, but we're also still working with the congressman and senator trying to get that done. Some money for y'all from the feds. The FMA grant applications that y'all did get, y'all are currently being advertised for engineering work. The quotes are due July 1st. Sewer 8, the appraisal work is completed. We're finalizing the documents for the servitudes. So Jeray's working on that. So hopefully next meeting you'll be approving that so the mayor can sign them and we'll be able to go out for bid.
I believe we already got his approval to sign.
Okay, good, excellent. I'll save some time. Capital outlay replacement of the sewer lift station behind Williams Road. Facility planning actually sent their concurrence of awarding today, so we're getting paperwork signed. Ormond LC, we're working on the pump station design in the front. We should have that done before y'all next meeting, so y'all can make one final review, get approval from facility planning, so we can start advertising on that. New capital outlay requests for fiscal year 24-25 were submitted on October 31st of last year. No new projects were funded by the state. Let's see, we'll go through them. Correct, yeah. Tracy's got all new ones listed. None of them were, again, funded by the state. Dorset, Pershing, Jefferson Street, Oak Ridge Park, we're all on the infrastructure grant applications, which is number 4 on the list. The other ones we'll wait until next year and try again. Chlorine contact chamber at the south plant, we're still waiting quote from STAT CNA treatment. Contacted them, CNA again today to remind them that we're waiting on that, because it was May 27th when we asked for something from them.
All right, John, any questions from the council? For John? All right, John, thank you for the report. Attorney report?
Then we got, 1504 South Bayou Drive, it's Walter Adrian Martin Perkins, condemnation audition for owner to repair the demolish the property by July 1st. I don't have any update on that, I don't know if Mr. Seahan went out to look at it.
What they had left to do was, the box on the second story portion of the back, but looks like they got a lot more problems now because the house next door took on fire. And it's burned the front portion of that building up, so. I don't know how y'all wanna handle that, since it's something that he had fixed already, that was new siding material that he had put up there, and it all burned off.
You can't open a new file on that part? To where if you take care of the old one, I mean, I'm just saying,
Yeah, possibly,
whatever your regulations are, Tom.
Well, I mean, the property, I believe, as we sit, is condemned. There is a condemnation order. I mean, at this point, the parish has the town has the authority to really handle it like they want to handle it, or they think it's most appropriate, which could include anything from a demolition to granting him more time to fix it.
Okay.
Can we grant it some time to fix it?
well, right now, I have
It's actually July 1st right now.
We wait till it.
Alright, thank you.
I feel really bad for that, 'cause he did do what
Yeah,
he needed to do
yeah,
on roads. Like, he had one more thing, and then he was off the list.
exactly, and
So-
the last thing, is the portion in the back which he needs to get a big man lift for,
Right.
because he needed to get up that high, so, you know, he was moving forward pretty well, and then that's a big setback.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just feel in my eyes, he did what we wanted on this part.
All right, July 1st is on next week. Right. Okay, we'll move forward to another question. Thank you, Bryce.
Okay, Mayor, if y'all don't mind, can y'all add something to the agenda?
Sure can, what you wanna add?
It's 2607 North Bayou Drive, is the Richard Green property.
All right. Is it moved by Mike, is that correct? Mike made a motion?
Yes.
Second by Jody. Audience once, audience twice, audience three times. All for? Close, go ahead. Right.
Okay, I just wanted to report to the council that it was sold last week at, sheriff's sale because of the lawsuit we had filed, that jury had followed through on. Devin Needon actually purchased it, and we're gonna get reimbursed all our demolition costs. So it was a lengthy process, but, it's done now, so I just wanted to make sure I gave you up that.
All right, thank you for the update, Bryce. Any questions by the council? Amen, all right. Okay, thank you, Bryce. Chief?
Police Department equipment dash cameras, the installer said he will be here tomorrow morning at 8 AM. All of the cameras and equipment have arrived, it's in the office, so it should be done tomorrow, all our police cars. May stats, we had 543 calls for service, we had 233 cases, we had 329 violations and 1 arrest. Out of the cases, we had a couple of trespassing, unlocked a couple of cars, a couple of missing welfare concerns, a couple of suspicious vehicles, 2 shoplifting complaints, 2 animal complaints, 3 ATV, 1 disturbance, 1 theft, and 1 hit and run.
All right, any questions by the council? All right,
Council to consider the following item of surplus junk and no longer needed for public purpose, would be the police lights, the old camera system cage, and other items for the police corps.
need a motion? Moved by
Well, I'll say,
Lewis, second by Kip. Any further questions? Now we'll vote on it. Jody? Aye. Kip? Aye. Lewis?
Aye.
Lacy? Mike?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Does that mean it's getting disposed of?
Yes. The stuff that I can use for the next call, we will keep. So that's just the stuff that we can't use I need the council to consider authorizing putting out the public bid the 2016 Chevy Tahoe once it is ready to be sold, which is no longer needed for public purpose.
Need a motion? Moved by Kim, second by Willis. Any further questions? Now we vote on it. Jody? Aye. Kim? Aye. Willis?
Aye.
Lacy?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
I'd like to add something to the chief, something that came up after the meeting, after the agenda went out. I'd like to discuss curfew in town.
I'll move.
Moved by Mike.
Second.
Second by Kip. Audience once, audience twice, audience 3 times. All for, those motion carried. Chief, I mean, we've been having some conversations, you know, me and you, and, we should continue having people walking our streets all time of the night. I mean, it's getting worse and worse. And, I have some concern with the protection of the people of our community. I have, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning, I see people on 4-wheelers pulling trailers with lumber on it at 4:15 in the morning. You see little motorcycles pass 11 o'clock at night. I mean, this needs to come to a head, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to bash the police department, we just need to, the people are starting to feel uncomfortable and unsafe in our community with these people walking around our streets. And I know we had some concern that the policy we had wasn't strong enough. Is that correct? I think the last time we talked about it. But I think it needs to be enforced to protect our people. Because some of our people, their husband goes to work at night and they're home by themselves. I had 3 phone calls, you know, they started to feel unsafe. You know, they get family members, they go sleep with them. Just the way this work, the world is these days, but we never experienced this in our community. I think we would have stopped quick, you know, Chief. I'm just saying, is there any way we can enforce it?
There's no way you can enforce an adult curfew if it's juveniles after the curfew time. We can do something about that, but an adult on the streets, no matter what time, day or night, you cannot violate their civil rights.
Well, somebody riding a 4-wheeler
We can
at 3
stop
o'clock
that.
in the morning.
That's different. If we catch those and see those,
Right.
we hear them, we can't catch them. Some of those go through the trees. We don't have the capabilities to catch them, but if we see them or if we know who they are, then we can do something about it to speak with them, but it's hard to catch them.
I mean, one day, go ahead, Greg.
No.
One day during the week, like on when they were staying, I don't know how old they were, but it was skateboard in the bank parking lot across the corner, across from the T-Pop at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, I mean, we've had the discussion in the past and all that about the Terry stop thing. I mean, I get infringing on a person's rights, but if you were to me, I mean, like we've talked in the past, if you put it out there that you're doing something, it may hinder them or stop them from just thinking it's cool, legal to do it. I mean, they got one little cat passing in front of my house and one of the little bitty bikes with a friggin' strap and all hours of the night, you know.
There's one that rides a track all the way to Galleon, like it's his personal vehicle, just like that.
You know, I mean, I don't know if we need to do like Grand Island, start charging for the state of them to ride their vehicles. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of joking when I say this, but we're not stopping them. It's not helping, you know.
There's a handful of these kind of people taking over our town and stealing everything we have that people work hard for. And it's a shame if we can't, as a council and the police department, cannot stop it. A handful, and we let them take our town over.
We're doing what we can with what we
I know,
have
but
to
this thing-
catch them. I mean,
and this is how
we're
we-
not gonna stop the drugs, we're not gonna stop the
Why we're not
thefts,
gonna
we're not gonna stop the speeding. I don't
Why?
care which town you go, I don't care where you go, you're
I
not
know
gonna
that.
stop it.
I know the work of
You're not gonna, it's impossible to stop it.
Yeah, you just.
Go to Meadow rights,
Well,
tickets,
stop
like
the
there's no tomorrow, but we still have speeders in town.
Only way to stop it.
We can have a cop in every corner, we can have cops
I
on
understand, but
every
it's-
street, you still
You
not
know,
gonna catch them.
I don't wanna get in a big argument about it, it's just a discussion, okay? But it's the same people you see every night, the same
The
people.
public park.
Well, let the
Yeah.
citizens loose on them and don't prosecute the
And
citizens.
we all know who
Let's
these
do
people are.
vigilante for first.
Well, they pass so fast, sometimes you don't, you know what I'm saying?
But
You know, I go.
Hey, what if I put a rope across the road and I sit by my board and when I see them coming, I pull the rope and tie it? And let them hang themselves on it.
I'm just saying, whatever we can do, 110%. I'm sorry, go ahead, you talk, I'm sorry.
No, I'm good, I'm sorry.
Jordan?
I was just gonna say if there was a particular area that is mostly done, that we can show some police presence there.
Oh, it's probably from the beginning of town, Jefferson Street.
Yeah.
Maybe that area, maybe.
That
people
area.
kill it.
The Wilfred Dewey is a hot street.
What we're doing,
They meet Armand, I know they pass
We
there.
are-
I can't say too much about it, cause I sleep at night, so I don't know too much. But
Well,
I do get up early once in a while. And I'm on my boat and on my wharf, and I see them passing. And I know they're passing. They're passing on four wheels, they're passing on bicycles,
they have it in
they're
the
passing
boat.
on a little mini bike. I see them passing in the middle of broad daylight.
And it's always the same one.
Well, I'm not gonna say it because
Same piece of
it's
equipment.
the same piece of equipment, yeah.
Mark?
Julia, I'm glad you sleep good at night because we at the beginning of the town and we don't because of.
I'm just saying, I sleep at
I
night.
know, I'm saying, but you're in the town, but you don't hear it, where we at is bad, really bad.
And we're in a
But
struggle
that
with,
area.
When you go from Galleon
yeah,
and out.
my phone notifications from my cameras is nonstop, and that's keeping you awake at night because of the constant traffic. Or you silence it, and then you know, something's missing, and I didn't have my notification to tell me that there was something going on, so you damned if you do, and you damned if you don't.
I mean, I had stuff going on my free yard where I fence, I had some pipe, some steel pipe, some stainless steel angle, another piece of stainless steel pipe. But I mean, if I catch them in my yard, I'm killing them. I'm not gonna think twice about it. Look, just to let you know, I'm protected. I got cameras and I got a
We don't have-
so if somebody's coming in, they better come in very quiet.
We're just trying to protect the property because it's going faster than.
Faster than-
they
Well,
care.
while we're talking about this, be diligent on all in, make sure you lock your vehicle.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I forget about mine, I go to the next vehicle, I'm having gun in the vehicle, I forget. So try to really lock your vehicle.
But I don't know what it would take, you know, get with the sheriff to get people to come help us clean our town up. If we're gonna get some outside help,
And I mean, I do know.
I mean, we need to do something. I
Can
mean,
we request as a council, as the people in the sheriff's department to come,
yes,
survey it or whatever? Help
we
them
need,
out?
we need to do something because
Don't you have to have reasonable suspicion to stop?
Well, there is a thing at Terry stop, I know some of the Port Division guys do it when they don't do it. Like, it's, I don't know, I've looked into it in the past, but on the definition with, I know I think on my little book, I used to have it in here, but somebody on the road, say 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you can kind of stop and what you doing and what's going on and this and that.
There's theft, there's drugs,
Yeah.
so it's there is.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's not so much like you can beat around the bush, you know, if you don't have an ID, this and that, you gotta have a little bit of a reason for why you out and about. But to me, something like that would be putting a presence out there. I'm sorry if you feel, or some people feel you infringing on someone's personal rights, but I'm looking out for my town. I've had stuff stolen out my house already. You've had stuff stolen. I leave early in the morning. I see guys passing in the front of the road. I gotta leave my lady and my grandkids by themselves, you know?
I'll leave for
Yes,
sure,
ma'am.
yeah, I'll leave for 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah.
Is it in fact lawful to ride an ATV or a golf cart on the shoulder of the highway?
It
Yes
is
or no?
illegal. It is.
Is it lawful?
No.
I thought it was not legal to ride.
It is.
Only in your neighborhood, according
That's
to
what I'm
the
saying,
law.
but I'm talking about
You
the
have to be
shoulder.
16 years
Talking
old.
about the
and
shoulder
have a
valley one.
license.
Shoulder Valley 1, shoulder 3235.
Tomorrow
So
we're
in
gonna
a
start.
residential street, it
So,
is
so
lawful.
tomorrow, we're gonna start enforcing that, and we're gonna be towing golf carts, doesn't matter who you are, side by sides, everything else. If that's what you're
And
looking
unless,
for, it's either all or nothing, all or nothing. If you don't have the
I'm
license,
looking to
go to
protect
court, go
our
take it.
property too, not just the golf cart.
and unless it's a licensed driver with a street legal golf cart on the road, then
But again, what are we gonna do to protect our community?
And it's
We got
not,
to have
and we,
us in this room need to vent and say our feelings. You know what I'm saying? We all know we need it. If we gotta get the sheriff to come in and patrol this town, chief, to help you, we gotta do that. We gotta try every effort.
I understand, we can try to get the sheriff, they're so short-handed.
I don't, he
sometimes.
will come,
We
he'll
help-
call
we
him,
help them
I'll call him, he
with
will fix somebody.
complaints. We do stop and talk to people that's out and about, but we don't have any legal teeth if they refuse to talk to us. And the people that we talk to have every legal right to be on the street.
But it's legal right for them to come at night and steal everything we got.
And
That's,
it's, and
you know
it's
what I'm saying?
not
That's
just,
what's happening, I mean.
and it's not just four-wheelers, bicycles and mini bikes.
That's not.
They got boats that's passing in the volume with outboards, they got them with
Yeah.
ponytails, they
Yeah,
don't even have a headlamp on.
yeah.
That's illegal.
And
They
like,
have to at least have a
And
headlamp
not-
on if they over 12 feet.
and it's not that little boys enjoying their summer vacation. I know where you're coming from on that, bro. I live on the valley, just like you.
Mark,
And I don't want a vengeance on their, oh, we're going tomorrow from 7 to 5 AM to PM and get every good citizen on a four-wheeler golf cart of.
It's all done, Mark, if it's gonna be like that. If you're a good citizen, you should follow along.
If you're gonna come out with 20 in the daylight and 0 at night, when there's a lot more at night than during the day, it's gonna look bad on you and
I
everybody else.
understand.
So you make sure that what you bite off, you could chew.
If we can catch them, because we've tried to catch them before at night, and they slip. It's dark down some of the streets.
You can't put a camera at the beginning of Golden Meadow. You're gonna catch everyone going in and going out, because that's where they go in. They come in with trailers, like Jody says, I see them on my cameras, but I can't really see it. 'Cause
Y'all
they
have a gator?
where?
They coming in from this
Maybe
town,
trees with-
or leaving the town with trailers, and coming back
On
with stuff with their
four-wheelers?
trailers, on four-wheelers.
Yeah, like,
Leaving and coming back. And I'm thinking I know who it is, but I don't know for sure. And I could be out at 3, 4 in the morning, you think you could hear it, or it catches on our cameras, so we see it.
Why don't we try to institute a neighborhood watch or something? Yeah. With some pictures of that would help. If somebody.
I mean, look, you bring up, like, unlike when you talking
but
with
it
your
gets to
camera,
start from the top, from us,
like,
it's
it's,
just like this.
But if they don't, we can do something.
If one of us sees them, we jump in our car and we gotta catch them, let's say we're gonna do 40 miles an hour to catch them, and we got a number that we could call, and we could follow them and tell them where they at,
911.
911.
so we found, me and my wife followed one night, like you said, in the 4 and the 5, I heard he was taking some fuel, and it was suspicious to me. Me and my lady followed him all the way till he reached, like, I made it obvious we were following him. They went right out the parking lot, right outside the corporation, by the old car, and split that on the bank, and they took off down the street.
I followed him too, but I tried to follow him at the end of corporation one night. in the
Yeah, just, you know what I mean, like,
I followed one and finally stopped him, and he shot me in the face, he cursed me out.
yeah.
He took off.
It's not really the town people, it is some people, very few in town.
Very cool, but there's a lot from out of town.
That's coming in,
Yeah.
from the south.
And that's the kind of people we don't want in town. I don't know
Yeah,
if you agree or not. We don't need them kind of people.
and you know what I mean, like, you know,
Whatever we have to do to keep these people out of here, we need to. Not telling you to break the law, but you can sure aggravate them.
you know, exactly, that's my thing, ignorance, yes, you can aggravate them, make them think before they act, that they're watching us now at least. I mean,
We're vulnerable right now.
yeah, I mean, look, I don't know what happened, the ins and outs, but they were doing something, and all of a sudden, the fire took in the neighborhood last
And they
weekend,
have young like.
Friday night, Saturday night, you know, I mean, we don't need things like that happening.
I mean, you got one going the back road at 121 miles an hour,
Yeah.
you know? So.
It wasn't really my first part.
The chief was.
I understand all the stuff you're bringing up, but the meeting isn't the time to bring it up.
Where
When
did
it's
we
happening,
bring it up?
when it's happening,
Yeah.
when it's happening.
Well,
You're seeing
when
these
it's
people,
happening,
you gotta tell yourself, this is the first I hear of all of this, and it has to be brought out in the meeting. Okay.
Why?
You know, that they have all of this stuff going on, and,
Let me tell you what.
It's not
Let
the
me tell
first
you what.
time we brought up protection in a meeting.
no, we brought up protection before.
Is this the first time
And
it's
we
been brought
talked
up in a
about
meeting
the
about
four-wheelers.
protection?
Why it has to be brought up? Why? Because people are tired of making complaints and nothing gets done.
They don't make complaints.
That's right, because nothing gets done.
We
No,
hear it.
I never lied
We hear it.
I never lied to the people. I'm not gonna lie now, but I'm speaking for the people. They say it doesn't pay to call, but I'm not gonna give up. It's my job as mayor and the council's job to be sure this town is protecting your town.
I kinda second that, Troy, just because you don't hear it, don't mean that we don't hear it. And I mean, I can't speak for everybody on here, but I know I gotta hear it. And
This is what I do.
I don't
Thank
complain
God for that. When I see something, I call. Like that fire, I was one of the first ones to see that, I called. But yeah,
I don't know how to say it.
I was pulling in my street, I seen the black move, I called. When I see something, I call.
Again,
Maybe call them if we can.
maybe the council knew what's going on. This is the place, if you can have a meeting, you can't voice your
It needs to be,
your
yeah,
concern
it needs to be.
about the
Yeah.
community.
And look, as far as the drug, you can't get them all, but get what you can.
I mean, look, we got a full house tonight, why not talk about it?
And
You
I'm
know.
I'm up for that.
We're not here to bash you, nothing.
No, it's not bad.
If it is some help, we're here to
We're not.
I totally understand where you're coming from, but it's the way it was presented. It's the way, yes, the way it was presented tonight. If the people don't feel safe, I don't know what more we can do, but patrol the streets and do what we can to protect them. You know, we had one theft complaint reported last month.
Again,
If people don't report their thefts, how am I supposed to be on the lookout? If they have 40 people to get something stolen down, I'm gonna use B&R lane and nobody calls, that's on the 40 people that live on B&R lane that's getting their stuff stolen from not saying, what the heck are you doing, chief, by 40? You know, I had my chest stolen, I had this stolen, this one had something stolen. Well, if you had told us that we had it stolen, we'd have done something different instead of passing down your street 15 times for the past 40 times. Maybe we'd have parked a car or let somebody else to go sit out there.
but you know, sometimes they think they're talking to deaf ears, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's what I think is by the time that we call, it's already too late.
It's
You
gone.
need to catch them while it's happening, and that's us. Now, back in the old days, if you caught somebody in your property, you could kill them. But they changed those laws. Criminals are no longer afraid. It's a revolving doors. And I'm not saying down here, I'm saying in general. Look at what goes on in your audience. They in, they out. Faster than they get picked up, they out.
You got more rights in it.
And that's right. We cannot protect our property anymore.
Right. Just like this week, this weekend, this week. I'm sorry, Ryan. We had a complaint, people throwing trash on a piece of property, squatters, whatever you wanna call it.
Yeah,
I called you, you looked at it.
yeah, that's all you do.
The next day, had a fire in the same area, acetylene bottles blowing up. Neighborhood was didn't know what was going on, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got cameras, you know, people take videos, it was exploding, shaking windows, I mean, in a community like this, we should've, you know, we knew they were putting junk there,
Yeah.
but it's on private property, so we just leave it alone, but at the same time, should have called the property owner, hey, this is going on in your piece of property, what you wanna do about it? No, what we did, we just went about it.
No, what we did is we called the property owner.
Well,
The property owner knew who was putting the stuff there. The property owner gave them permission to put it there.
Right,
And then once it started going off, I called him back again and say, you know, this is going on. And there's a different can of worms that was open from the time you called me on Wednesday
right,
to Saturday afternoon, things changed. So I can get with you after the meeting if
That's
you
fine.
want, because it's an ongoing investigation.
that's fine,
But
but at
the
the same
property owner
time,
was contacted and it was his people putting his stuff on his property. I can't harass people like that. I can't harass people like that. So you just spoke not knowing what you were saying to me.
yeah, I know what I'm saying, when I called you that night, they had a fire, you didn't know what was going on.
No, I didn't, no one called, told me
Yeah,
about
nobody
it.
called you, you the chief of police.
Not in town, I don't have
You
a
told me you
crystal
heard the
ball,
fire
I can't
alarm,
see.
you told me you heard the fire alarm. Well, I'm just saying, we need to have our presence there, we need to have our presence there. So, but I'll get with you, if you tell me the whole story, you know?
Definitely.
But again, what we're gonna do,
That's what I would like. Hey, look, Troy, I'm not taking on you, but I'm fed up with that in the town for sure. If there's something, programs like to get the community involved, if we get stuff stolen 12 times a year, then by the time we do it, what was the serial, what was this, what was that? It's an aggravation if you don't have it. And not everybody needs it. And I know y'all need it. But the thing is there something that you could put together, possibly the council and the town, say, okay, this is a meeting once a month or something, like a neighborhood watch or whatever you wanna call it, and say, report this, and you have it on file, no matter if it was an ice chest, red, white, and blue ice chest was stolen. When you do find this big load of stuff, instead of just slapping them on the hand, 4 days later, they back stealing crap again. I think there goes the Thibodeau and all. You'll have all that, you can return it to the owners or you can charge with it. So there's something that possibly can be done throughout the whole town with the citizens. And not killing them and breaking the law and doing things, but, I mean, we don't know, so help us.
Yeah,
That's what we ask, and help from all of you.
I mean,
Joe,
one
you got
thing,
any comments? Go ahead.
I want to ask what you are? Our lawyer. The one with the lawyer.
You do this comment.
The one with the lawyer. Is there no way to enforce a curfew? No circle that if, as a council, we put it in an ordinance that there's a curfew in town. Is there a way?
You're gonna have constitutional issues. The chief's right. You need to be on that. You're gonna have constitutional issues. It needs to be, when
If
you
they
read
smart enough to
into it,
realize we break
it needs to be a specific problem that you're having. It has to be tailored as closely as possible to prevent that problem. So, you know, if we have all kind of drug activity just happening at night on one street in one house, and you put a curfew in place that's specifically aimed at stopping the traffic in that house on that night, you know, you have to have a lot, it has to be very specific.
or,
I mean, I watch a lot of shows, don't they call that profiling? Was the law in profiling?
yeah.
I
Or
wanna
what
be,
about, Bryce, since you was, your number was called, what about, some kind of, like, along like with Mark said, some kind of neighborhood watch program type of deal?
I said, yeah,
Or you, whatever, however.
it's easy to do it, the people can do that.
I thought we had that already.
we have Crime Stoppers.
Oh, we had that.
An example of that is somebody had a 3-ton floor jack that was stolen. He got the make model of the truck. I passed it off to the sheriff's office Crime Stoppers. They put it on Facebook, they put it on Crime Stoppers. Within minutes, we knew who owned the truck, where he was. I did the paperwork, got a warrant for his arrest. The guy's $1,000 bond because he called. If he wouldn't have called, he's out of a jack. The person doesn't have a warrant for their arrest right now.
That's
Crime
what,
Stoppers does work.
but that's what I'm getting at, like, if we start something down, the people who care might get involved and be on the lookout and start calling and know who to call and when to call and where to call and.
So that's a good place to keep that information. Like Mark was saying, if you report it and we can get it on Crime Stoppers, because thefts are happening in a certain place and they're stealing a certain thing, it might open up a bigger can of worms. You know, let's say if we use ice chests, for instance. If ice chests are being stolen here, they're probably being stolen somewhere else. And then when they catch the person, he might have everybody's ice chest in Lafourche Parish. That's what Crime Stoppers would do. Another thing we have in town, and I can guarantee you, I haven't done it since I'm here for 5 years. Nobody registers their bicycles with the town of Golden Meadow. I have license plates and a stamp. So when your bike gets stolen, I should be able to go and see that stamp and know who that bicycle was for. So when I see a bicycle inside the road, I have no way of finding out who it's for. So that's another way that we can protect our stuff. Engrave our stuff, protect it, you know, some way, shape, or form, your bicycles and what have you.
If we see something, say something. Give it.
Mr. Mayor, a couple of things real quick. It's proven that a sticker showing that you got an alarm on your vehicle discourages thieves from breaking into your car, because there's so many of us that don't. Getting back to the four-wheelers and all, I've always been under the understanding you can't have it. So, if you can at least discourage them by pulling them over because they are breaking it, confiscate the vehicle. When they come and they prove it's theirs, which if they're criminals, they probably won't, you make a fine for them to pick up their vehicles. If not, you got their names and all. The other thing that could possibly discourage people, even if you gotta put false signs out, put some neighborhood watch signs out to help at least discourage these people from doing in the town of Golden Meadow. It's not gonna stop at all, but I know if I see a watch neighborhood and a cop pulling four-wheelers and all over, I might come in if I'm a thief. I'm gonna stay awake.
I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again, I'm only on to what you say, like the discouragement, try or whatever, however. Since we dealing with these kind of people, the lights come on at the bar, you eventually leave. You eventually discouraged to get out of there. I've said that many times here, and it just keeps going, and I'm not trying to throw nobody under the bus, it just is what it is. I mean, the people got enough, you know? I mean, I got enough. I'm in bed, half asleep, and I hear the little cat, back and forth 2-3 times on a little mini boy, you know?
Breaking the law.
They come in, yeah.
On the line of neighborhood watch, you mentioned the sign, I did see signs of neighborhoods. Who funds that, who pays for that, the neighborhood watch group, the town,
Probably donations, and I would donate $100 to help the town.
Now, you say you mentioned we have a neighborhood watch already?
I thought we did.
Somebody would have to have shirts.
Years
We
ago.
have hired him as a neighborhood
Well,
watch.
I got something along the highway, did you see shirt or something like that, neighborhood watch?
Willis, you have anything?
Put on some flyers, you know, contact me.
I got a neighborhood light on my house, they sell on my property, I promise you.
They come in.
Everybody knows my gas cameras, they don't come in my house. That's what I'll say for me, they don't come in my house.
Put out flyers,
You with it, boys.
phone
But
number,
not everybody.
911, crime stop.
One person at a time, one person at a time.
Can we make a commitment?
Wait, hold on. Yes, ma'am.
I have a neighborhood watch in my neighborhood, I live across the coastal road. And we do have signs, and when we had my vehicle got broken into in my driveway, that's when we started, well, there was a few vehicles that got broken into. And, so we kind of like patrol. We have certain people in the neighborhood, they get in their cars and they patrol, like 3 o'clock in the morning, they decide, hey, I'm up, let's go take a ride.
That bullet subdivision,
Yes.
cause I know some people, they take turns.
Oh, yeah.
They kinda do
Yeah,
that
we
at
take
the,
turns, and like after the hurricane, you expect, like I was by myself, and I felt safe. With no lights, no electricity, but we'd all like just take a turn, just go right around. And we have a Facebook, and this might help too, we also have a Facebook group for Adams Boulevard and Boulevard subdivision, and so on the Facebook group, we like, Gene Toops, he gets in there, he's always the driver, like he rides around all the time. He'll say in the Facebook group, I'm gonna take a ride around the neighborhood. I saw, a blue truck pass, I saw a blue truck pass, it showed up on my camera, I don't know who it is, it's 11 o'clock at night, I'm gonna take a ride. So they do this all the time, like, and in our Facebook group, they say it, so I mean, in some of the neighborhoods, it might help. Plus the signs, I think the signs have helped too. We haven't had any kind of break-ins or anything in our
Good.
neighborhood.
the deterrent.
Yes,
To fight that.
Mark,
and it's.
oh, sorry. You finished,
I'm
Vince?
good, yes.
Okay, while we're on this subject, on Alcide Street in the front of Golden Meadow, Lower and up Elementary. Since the storm, they put one light up in the yard. There's no lights on that highway, and if we had lights, I could probably catch a better thing of, so that's something I'm asking right now.
Where at? Location?
There's not one street light on Alcide Drive.
They had some before, so.
It should.
I know, Willis,
We have one in
They put it in the yard, it says the closest pole goes around, and it lights up the yard, but the street's pitch black.
All right, we'll look into that.
and just to say, like, since you brought up the light thing, like, in my neighborhood, down my street, I had to get one changed twice, brand new, never worked right. I don't know if it's the old wiring, what they doing, they got one in the corner of Louvier Lane, some work, some don't work, just to see. If it be like when they do, like the new lights and all the coming, and something you have to stay on top of. Cause like I say, I had one change, and I had to call, as soon as they put it in, I had to call back to come change it again.
The one by my house was on.
Yeah, it is.
We spoke to Angie.
I go flashing also.
We spoke to Angie, last
Told me
meeting.
put a red ribbon
That's
around.
what I do, I mark it, you come,
And just
All
so
right.
everybody knows, Entergy has an interface that you can go online and you can find the exact street light that is out. Click it, report it as out, and it goes into their system automatically.
It's kind of like, I didn't know what Tracy's talking about, but like now, the last couple of times I called, and it's on, the ivies, they give you a work order now, and a little time frame, they used to do that. You know, it's almost like work you aren't doing, it's not pissing you off doing it.
What happened with that light that Mark's talking about, the pole fell from the storm, and the pole was only there for,
They pulled it out.
yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Either way, it was there before the storm, and the only reason the pole was there was for the light. So they didn't replace the pole, but they still put in the work order to replace the light.
Okay.
So they put it on the pole in my yard rather than on the street.
When I called the next, they said, we have a light in there. No, the light's about 150 feet from where it was before, in yards, not nowhere near the street.
All right, we'll contact Energy and see what's going on with that. When our chief has come up with a plan, you know, like I say, we, you know, we, the council, myself, you know,
I mean, and
whatever help we can do in the community.
I mean, I'm sorry if you felt attacked tonight, but if you wanna set up a day time, Jody brought up committee, we can maybe do something, figure something out that works the way you think it should, let's try to do something out of the community.
I'm willing to sacrifice an hour or two here and there at night to get up and run around.
Yeah, I mean, I've been following Lord on around, God, it won't be the first time, and probably ain't gonna be the last.
You good?
Well,
Mike, you have anything?
Good.
All right, then.
2, 3 o'clock in the morning, we'll walk in the.
We just-
We'll check on my phones and stuff like that. Hey.
All right, we'll move on to the whole business.
Bro.
Move on to Hurricane Auto Repair. The following project has been obligated and received funding with work completed deadline July 24. Come behind the Eagle and the floodgate at the park. Big electrical box at the pumping station, street, and caution signs, pumping station equipment shed, town hall fuel canopy, leaky chaparral boat, drainage canal debris, which is stored today, I believe I saw. Lift
Yeah.
station and sewage plants, senior citizens, travel building, 50% roof, investors, found waiting on FEMA project development. Swimming pool and pump house and swimming pool, bath house and building, possible alternate project. To 28-24, moving forward with FEMA system, First Parish Hurricane Ida Recovery Grant, $205,407. HB 7882 Act 403 extended to the deadline to 6/30/24 to the 6/30/25, so we got an extra year. The parish requesting, bids in the second and third quarter of 2024 to repair asphalt and Ridgewood Boulevard, Tuesday Drive and Norman Street. LGAP application submitted on 11/13/2023, resulting in expected July and August of 2024. Had a phone call from Joe Ogeron, and, he said we should, you know, pretty sure we will get the full maximum amount of this grant. Cutting, tree behind the DMV with working beginning on or around the 5th-31st/24. Job has been completed. I'd like to take this off the agenda.
I'll move on that.
Moved by Kip, second by Jody. We'll vote on it. Jody. Aye. Kip. Willis. Lacy. Mike.
Aye.
Ayes have it. 115, Miss Thomas Petrie Lane, debris letter sent to estate, the estate. Accommodation process for South Central Plant.
Was that discussed at the last meeting? Or-
Yeah, those comments.
Okay, so whatever debris is out there, that property is owned by the estate of Thomas P. The house that I understand the debris is around the Lincoln Martin house, Mr. Martin and his family just owns the house itself. So what's gonna happen is if nothing's done and the town goes to remove the debris, it'll ultimately, the cost of doing that is ultimately gonna show up on tax bill for the Peak estate. So we can send a notice to the Peak estate. We can also know, I don't know if we sure that the debris came from the Lincoln Martin house. I don't know what debris out there. I didn't figure out on it. So
I think it's another burn.
Some of it burned.
Yeah, some of it burned and, yeah, it was a big stain.
Some of it was in the trees.
But I mean, what I knew from family members in the neighborhood, like you had 2 trailers of trash, that they were moving from one place to the next, which I gave that be a property. But dig a hole, put the trash in there and cover it, if that's what you wanna do, instead of just making another mess somewhere else.
No, they don't live by it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right. I get it, but you know, that's just the way my brain works, maybe. If you wanna move trash from one place to another, cover it up, I just chop trees like they did.
All
I
right,
got the video on that if you want it to.
okay, this is not the piece of property we're talking about the house right now. A letter has been sent for the cleanup of that piece of property.
The letter will be, since it's late last week, we found out already, so.
All
The
right.
letter will be sent, and if the council's wishes, if we think it came from the person who owns the house, we can send a letter to both of them. Again, ultimately, if the town has to go remove the debris, it's gonna show up on the tax notice for the property, land.
The degree of 115 Thomas Petrie Lane, right? You talking about? They cleaned it up. I don't know if they finished, but they were cleaning it up.
There was also a vehicle on the property that I believe the chief went out and.
The owner said he should have it removed this week. I said if he doesn't have it removed this week, we don't have it removed.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question. I saw they were fixing street signs and color signs, is that done?
No.
I know they were working on it, so I just, I'm trying to do stuff off of this.
It's at the end of the project, it's like anything else, the little odds and ends take a little while. All right, no further questions? We'll go to Tom.
All right, first one is BC 1029, this property been condemned, this demolition of due to state for that building that fronts the highway, and our CBO has an update on the structure.
And it's following up from May 20th, no changes have been made since that inspection, since our recommendation to proceed with condemnation.
All right, we got bids here. Yes, ma'am, I'm sure we will. Okay, there's 2 bids here, DTB and BM Construction. There is one bid equal prices, the council approved me to haul, or center blocks himself. He was asking to see if he had the center blocks needed to go to a landfill. Recommendations of our town attorney, I'll throw you on the bus, but it's what I paid for it, we paid for it. He said, go ahead and open all 3 envelopes, and my recommendation is let our attorney take it under advisement. If you wanna make a motion under those conditions, give it authorization to forward. Move by Willis, second by Kim. Any further questions? Jody? Aye. Kim? Aye. Willis? Aye. Lacy?
Aye.
Mike? Aye. Aye, that's it.
But what is word of the man that might take them cinder blocks?
Okay, the bid from, okay, fellas, and, thank you. From DTB, the bid is $11,111.00. All right, next one, see you. I'm gonna go to the next one. Okay, the bid for this was $12,500 from BJA LLC, BM Construction. That's to haul it off completely.
The $11,101 in alcohol at all?
That's all complete, I didn't say it. Good question.
That's everything.
The next one is not go to the landfill, if I'm correct, would be $7,500 if they use it for riprap. So I'd like to give this to our town attorney, to put it on the advisory, like a motion. Move by
Who's that
Willis.
last week from?
Huh?
The construction. The 7,000? He submitted.
That was fine.
$7,500.
7,500 without,
Ian?
yeah.
One's hauling off the river out myself and giving it to somebody, the other one's hauling off everything.
I just wanted to make sure who did it, I didn't know, so. Okay.
All right. Recommendation is sent to the attorney for advisory, need a move. Motion made by Lacy, second by Jody. We'll vote on Jody. Kip. Willis. Lacy.
Aye.
Mike. Ayes have it. Okay.
Okay, DC 1030, this property's been condemned, the owner has until July 1st, 2024 to repair or demolish the structure. So at this time, there's no action necessary on the agenda item. Next one is BC 1032, this property has been condemned. The new owner has acquired property. We have sent notice of the condemnation order as well as the lis pendens notice to the new owner, which is Lafourche Parish. So we sent notice to the parish president as the rep of the parish, and I suspect he will either call you or me as to what he intends to do.
Okay.
In practice, the next step would be just following the typical process, would be to consider property for demolition.
Or give them time.
Or give them time.
I move to give them 30 days. 30 days. I mean, what you want?
I mean, wait. Motion made by Jody, give 30 days. Second. Second by Willis. Any further discussion? We're going on Jody. Kip. Willis. Lacy. Mike. Ayes have it.
Okay, next is BC 1033. This property has been condemned. A repair or demolition extension has been given, but ends this date, and our CBO has an update report.
Following up from May 20th, the renovation work has began. The renovation permit is currently being obtained by the owner. So had some issues getting everything squared away with the permit. Once the permit's good to go, the renovation progress needs to continue, all the inspections need to be made. And if for whatever reason it were to stop, then go back to the company.
Sure looks a lot better.
Oh, yeah. Make it connected now.
I move to give them 30 days.
Motion made by Jody, give 30 days.
I'll second that.
Second by Kip. Any further questions? Now we're going on Jody. Kip. Willis. Lacy. Mike. Ayes have it.
BC 1036, this property has been condemned with the repair or demolition extension ending this date, and our CBO has an update report.
This is the one that we had the meeting for with the, with Care Construction, where they were gonna donate them a bunch of the materials to fix the house and all. I talked to the owners today, they were working on it, they just got the material delivered. So, starting pretty soon, we should be seeing a lot more progress being made on that one. Because they finally got all the material actually on the property.
I did see that a bunch of rounding around this morning, got a bunch of tables under the house and stuff like that.
You wanna give them some time, you make the motion this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them, just because I know they're going in the right direction with care and they get their funding, I'm gonna go 30 days with this.
I second.
I'm gonna take it off of you this
I
time.
second.
Y'all finished?
Yeah, we can.
Motion made by Kip. Second by Jody. Any further discussion? We'll vote on Jody. Kip. Willis. Lacy. Mike. Ayes have it. Okay, Tom.
BC 1038, this property is scheduled for a condemnation hearing today. However, proper service was not able to be made on the agent for service process. Our our CBO, does have an updated property. This was, the Thomas C property, and he was, I'll let him speak.
Yeah, so this is the one that we had the attorney zoom in the other day. We told him today, between 2 and 2:30. I was there from about 2:15 to 3, and, they just got scared of getting wet, because it was raining the whole time, and nobody showed up. So, yeah, they have made some progress, going off of the pictures from the first time that we went there. The south side, I guess, of the building, they put some new sheet panels up, metal panels are up there. I know in the last meeting, he said they ordered a bunch of material. I don't know what they ordered, nobody showed
Because
up.
they didn't show up.
So, yeah.
You got any email from the radio, Joe?
No, Bryce, we didn't get the,
No.
our jury.
No. The next step would be, if we wanted to continue, I don't know if the materials came in yet, or, but the next step in the process would be to have a condemnation hearing. We've had issues trying to serve the registered agent for the LLC, but if we've had, we've tried several times in the past, but I want to set another hearing for the July 23rd meeting.
July 15th.
July, what's this? 23rd?
No.
15th.
Joe, if I remember, didn't that, the attorney talked to us on the TV or something? Didn't he say that we needed to do anything?
Yeah, but they were supposed to meet today.
They were supposed to meet.
But they didn't do it.
And when he brought up the time, I was there 12:30, 1 o'clock, I mean, around. I mean, you can tell they did something. I don't know if they got materials inside the building or not. But y'all was supposed to meet today, right? And, I mean, don't get out, say 50 square of the rain, but you got a building you can go out inside and talk.
So they might melt from the rain.
Why the wish of the council? You wanna set that condemnation bill, like he said, the date?
Yes, the wish of the
I'll move it.
How long we giving them?
No, we gotta set a condemnation.
We need time, Bryce and I have spoken about this, and so we're trying to make sure we can get notice served on the proper person. And so, what's July meeting is
And maybe,
roughly a month from today. give or
July
take.
and maybe if we do that, it might kick them a little bit to get
Yeah,
a little quicker, you know?
Another little meeting, I guess, like the bar.
But we're just gonna have to, there's nothing we can do, we have to follow the proper procedure, we just gotta get it served.
Okay, we get, motion made by Jody, second by Willis. Any further discussion? Now we go on, Jody, Kip, Willis, Nancy, Mike. All right, Tom.
All right, BC 1040, this property has been condemned, with repair and demolition, extension ending this date. Our CPO has an update report.
On May 20th, the progress is still ongoing with the dismantling of the structure and interior contents. If progress stops, then it's our recommendation to proceed with the condemnation, but we'll see how long it's been.
So we got all the metal and all off last time I was at work, got that picked up in my shop in the back. The 2x4s, they were taking them off, they threw them on the ground in the back of the shop, the building. And the last few days when it was hot, it wasn't raining and all, I was taking screws and all of the 2x4s that we took off, bringing them to the back. Still got a few 2x4s that I gotta bring to the back, but I mean, we got all this rain and all, so everything's soggy. But I got the wood, I'm gonna be taking some screws out. I got a few things that's in the back part of the house that I gotta pull off. Then we're gonna start on the roof, stripping up, dark paper and pulling up sheets of plywood. And I got until July 4th that I'm home. So I'll be working on that as well, permits and moving forward.
Go with me, cause I noticed your roof side there, you probably didn't know, I noticed you pulling something off from that, and then not like you ain't working and you come tell us what you're doing.
They left a bunch of screws and I had to go back and pull the screws. Well, I didn't have anything to stand on. And they got one space, I mean, it's And I tried going up, I put as much contact back with that door paper as I could, and I mean, I just kept going straight down. So the next day, it's tied a rope to the truck, and they, raised me up.
All right,
We need to give another extension.
what's the wish of the council?
Yeah. I'm gonna give him 30 days.
There's a
I'll
motion
second
made by
that.
Jody, 30 days. Need a second by Willis. Any further questions? And now we're going on Jody. Kip. Willis. Lacy. Mike. Ayes have it.
PC 1041, this property has been condemned. This council is giving the property on until this date to repair or demolish the structure. Our CEO has an update.
The demolition of the structure is completed, but materials are still on the property. So I just can't close it out until the building materials have been removed.
Yeah, on this one, I spoke to him the other day, it's, like you say, I agree it's pretty much done, but you're gonna try to save the wood. And he's in the process, like kind of like Ronnie said, pull a nail, this and that, and he's gonna take some of them cinder blocks and make some kind of little roof, like, and keep the wood underneath it. But that's where we stand with this one, it's more of a, kind of like my cousin was with his, then tearing down the building, ongoing.
So you motioning to give us some time, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit dirty these.
Motion made by Kip to give him 30 days. Second by Jody. Any further questions? Now we're going on to Jody. Kip.
Aye.
Lacy. Mike. Ayes have it.
It's almost done.
PC 1044, this property has been condemned and demolition bids awarded. We're waiting for contract signatures on the demolition contract.
Those, were sent out today, and the work is expected to begin no earlier than July 1st.
Next property is BC 1046. This property has been condemned and demolished. We have an update report from our CEO.
The demolition is complete.
I'll go to remove it.
Yeah.
Lacy gonna move from the second.
I second that.
Second by Jody. We'll vote on it. Jody. Kip. Willis. Lacy. Mike. Ayes have it.
Next one, BC 1048. This property has been condemned. Demolition bids are due this date. Our CEO has an update.
So the following May 20th, opening's been boarded up, but no other changes have been made to the wall siding, the wall framing, floor framing structure, that type of stuff. The roof is in replaced, but the walls and floor structure is the main concern for that one. Does our recommendation to proceed with the combination?
All right. We have 3 bids here. DTB, BM Construction, BC. No, wait. Kensu LLC.
That's Castings. Castings Construction.
Okay.
Kim, that's, Kim.
Capital Construction.
Great.
$4,228.
Who's that one from?
Down the line.
DTB General Contractor.
4228.
BJA LLC, BM Construction, $3,300. Custom Construction Company, $6,248.
I'll vote to give it to BM Construction.
There's a motion made by Lacy, seconded by Mike. Any further questions? We'll go on to Jody. Kip. Willis. Lacy. Mike. All right, move forward.
BC 1050, this property has been condemned. The council is given until this date to repair and demolish the building. Our CPO has an update.
Follow up from May 20th, interior demolition continues. This progress stops, our recommendation to proceed with the condemnation. I know the owners aren't here, but the guys they are working on it today. They made pretty good headway from the last time went out there, so this is.
I'll give them 30 days.
Motion made by Kim, to give 30 days.
Second.
Second by Mike. Any further questions?
Trying to get somebody else a chance.
We'll vote on it. Jody? Kip? Willis?
Aye.
Stacy?
Aye.
Mike?
All right, BC 1051, this property has been condemned and the repair and demolition deadline ends this date. Our CPO has an update.
Followed up to May 20th, again, no changes have been made since the previous inspection. So it's our recommendation to proceed with the condemnation.
I move we proceed.
Move by Mike.
Second.
I'll second that.
Second by Lacy. Any further questions? Jody?
Aye.
Kip? Willis? Lacy? Mike? Ayes have it.
Okay, BC 1063, this property is scheduled for a condemnation hearing on July 1st, 2024. There's no action necessary at this agenda.
Okay. Thank you, Council. Your report, union staff. Your business. Council consider approving the May budget actual finance statement. Everybody has a copy. Need a motion to accept it.
I'll move.
Moved by Joe.
Second.
Second by Kip. Any further questions? If not, we'll vote on it. Jody? Aye. Kip? Willis?
Aye.
Lacy? Mike?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Council consider nomination for Fire Protection District number 3 board with Troy Dufresne, term expired at 6/27. Troy, you want to continue serving?
Yes, sir, Mayor, I will.
I move.
Okay, moved
I'll
by
second that.
Mike, second by
I'll second.
Kip. Or Willis. Any further questions? We'll vote on it. Jody? Kip?
Aye.
Willis?
Aye.
Lacy?
Aye.
Mike? 142, Blueberry Lee, that's the Christopher Brew Jr. Council will consider appointing an ad hoc attorney for this property. Need a motion?
I move.
Moved by Mike.
Second.
Second by Kip. Any further questions? If not, we'll vote on it. Jody? Aye. Kip? Willis?
Aye.
Lacy? Mike? Ayes have it.
This is, I got a question on this. This is the one in the tree that you can't see anymore?
Yes, sir.
That's what I thought, because the 141 or 130, whatever it is, the two across the street, they started cleaning up.
It's in your binder. No.
That's,
You didn't put it?
I figured it was,
No,
Not in
it's
your binder.
not yet, sorry.
Yeah,
But
it's the
yes,
one in the
it
trees.
is.
that's the one in the tree.
Okay.
You don't know it's there, you ain't gonna see it.
Yeah, right, I mean, I live right at the next street, but that's what I figured.
BC 1054, 120B, Malcolm Lane, considering appointing ad hoc attorneys for Mary Brown, Ford, Betty, Corey, and Ogeron, and Jackie Fair, all who have 10% interest in this property. Any motion?
I got a question though, if they all got 10%, who owns the rest of it?
I don't know, that's a good question for the
So what are we
attorney.
gonna do?
We were able to serve.
Oh, you serve the rest of it, okay. Makes sense now. Yeah, I'm moving.
Move by Mike,
Second.
second by Kip. We'll vote on it. Jody. Kip. Willis. Lacy. Mike. Ayes have it. Any other things you brought up before the council? No? I would like to add, Pastor Shelby's, building permit for our home. I'd like to add it to the agenda. Moved by Jody, second by Mike. Audience once, audience twice, audience 3 times.
Thank you.
All four, we'll vote on Jody. Kip. Willis. Lacy. Mike. Okay, after speaking to the attorney, the way this needs to be handled, we'll hand it over to Mr. Michael and his committee to present the new, information that they need to bring to the other night. So we'll get it into consideration. It's gonna go straight to your committee, it don't have to come to this.
So it's going to the variance board.
I guess they'll get you the proper information before I go. Y'all meet when y'all can.
Well, we have one, we don't vote tonight, right?
We don't have to vote on the meeting tonight.
No, no, the one for
The one
Oh,
for
that was
tonight
total.
is going to take a little more time because it's zoning.
Okay.
So we have to do the four corners and the advertising, so it'll be a month.
And John, in that committee meeting, I would like for you to attend also our town attorney. Like, though, you can have all the tools you need in your committee.
Okay.
We'll get the town attorney and the engineers participate in your meeting.
Okay.
That way, you should have all bases covered, if you have any questions.
All right.
You good with that?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
I got one other thing to do, the 230 Route 43, the grass didn't get cut yet, they was,
This does, that you
I know I mentioned it last week.
they go through the process.
Okay, I just wanted,
Okay, there's another minute to road for the council, we'll go to the audience, any audience comments?
I just got a question, I've been thinking about putting a fence on my property on the front where the sidewalk and all. I have to get a permit to GIS.
Yes. And it can only be so hard.
Because it's a cycle.
Let's say a cyclone, like, it can only be so hard.
How high?
30 inches.
What do you say,
and
10?
then it could come to me.
I know we gotta push it wild, like our mailbox, so I guess it would have to be a
But they
mailbox.
do it really though.
Mailbox, yeah, there's a mailbox.
Well, yeah, we have, he'll tell you what you need to do, Brian, he'll tell you what your regulations are. We all have our opinions on it over here.
I know I'm gonna have to maybe check with the postmaster to see, if I got a reason.
Right, he'll tell you. Mark,
Quick question, Troy, bicycles have to be registered in town? No. Or is it something that, or the council, I should ask, that y'all go through voted that,
Well-
they have to be registered in town or not?
my recommendation would be, we put it as an ad in the newspaper, and anybody that wants to register their bike, come to the town hall. You go with
Because
that?
if this is the catch, to me, if you would have to register your bike, then you could stop anybody on a bicycle to see the bike's registered. Just like four-wheelers, you usually get a little bitty brake tag, there you go, the four-wheeler, so you can stop any deal with it. And if we do the same with golf carts, I know it's not legal, but if we would make it legal and go to better, do like Grand Isle, and then you have access to everybody.
One of the smartest things that's been said tonight.
That's the compliment from Mr. Pitt.
I got that from Rick. He's a smart person.
All right. Any other business you brought up, Daniel?
The Golden Meadow Bull launch is gonna be closed for a couple of days. They were scheduled to do work today and tomorrow, but unfortunately the weather didn't allow, so now it's scheduled for Wednesday and Thursday. And if that don't work, Thursday and Friday, and if that don't work, Friday and Saturday. We're trying to do it not over the weekend, so that people can use it more then. So hopefully they'll get it Wednesday and Thursday.
Whereas I put
The bridge, the one at the airport will be fully full now, that's all I got.
Troy, this is going back to you, if we do register every bike, instead of having to bring the bike to you, y'all go to them, because then you can get your eyeballs on everything around there. And then you can see it from, but you're gonna be able to see if something's going on, and you're gonna recognize the people on the bike. You're gonna be out there.
Is there a fee to register?
I'm gonna take out $10.
All right, no, business brought up, need to move to adjourn. Moved by Jody, second by Willis, all four.